But for the waterfall, I missed one advantage. Waterfall is also suitable if the new project is similar to previously completed project. If requirements are very clear, like BMW for NetSol Technologies to Mercedes-Benz, Nissan, then initially requirements were different, but later on they have hundreds of versions. So any new project will match with one of the previous versions. So in that situation, waterfall is the best choice for you. Cost optimization. In order to have cost optimization, waterfall is the most suitable. If requirements are clear and is similar to previously completed project, then waterfall is the most suitable choice. One more thing I taught you, that you will not find exact methodologies what we are teaching you in any software company. They are customizing it. You will find customized methodology. Like waterfall, I went to one of the software companies, its name is AdamSoft. AdamSoft. Their product is Hospital Management System, Mustashfa Nizam, Hospital Management System. One of my my reference was there. So I went there and I asked him, what methodology you are using? He said waterfall. I said, okay, can you explain me the phases and activities you are applying, you are implementing? He said, blah, 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 blah. I said, this is not waterfall. He said, yes, it's a mixture of waterfall and RAD. But we call it waterfall. Then I went to another software company. It was like Technology Park. All software companies' offices were there in that building. There was one building and they were full of software companies from ground floor to the top floor. It was 5-6 floor building. So on one floor, AdamSoft was there, and the floor, like it was third floor, and the second floor there was software company. Its name was SQL System. SQL System. So my Vasta from here, he has reference there. He sent me there by that name. He said, go there and meet him. So I went to SQL System. They are also developing hospital management systems. I said, what methodology you are using? He said, waterfall. I said, can you explain me the phases? He said, yes. Once he explained me, I said, no, it's not waterfall. He said, yes, it's a combination hybrid, waterfall and spiral. So it is not waterfall, but they call it waterfall. Like Microsoft is the largest software company in the world. The largest software company in the world, software company. And the methodology Microsoft is using, its name is MSF. Microsoft Solution Framework. Microsoft Solution Framework. Now Microsoft has so many products. Microsoft has so many products. For example, Microsoft has Windows OS. Microsoft has Office, Visual Studio, .NET, Game Studio, Microsoft SQL Server, SQL Server. Microsoft has Xbox. Microsoft has Microsoft Dynamics ERP system, MS Dynamics. Microsoft has Power BI, Business Intelligence. Power BI. Now beauty is that for all they are using MSF. How come? Because each project is different, each product is different. So there is a customized version of MSF for Windows. For Office different, for Visual Studio different, for Game Studio different, SQL Server different, Xbox different, Dynamics different, Power BI different.
So it is a customized?
It's a customized version. And each has different project manager. Each has different system analyst. But they generally name it MSF. And it's a combination of waterfall, spiral, hybrid, customized, waterfall, RAD, spiral, then RUP, then Agile XP, Scrum. So best practices from each, they have integrated. The good things from each they have taken and they generally name it MSF. And you will not find MSF in any book. It's customized. Remember, go back to the definition of SDLC. I taught you methodology is the standard procedure in a company to analyze, design and implement the software system. Whereas SDLC is the traditional methodology, customized methodology, tailored methodology to develop, maintain and replace. So customized, tailored for Windows, tailored for Office, tailored for Visual Studio and so on.
Doctor, did they start with a standard methodology, then they change, or how they know?
Initially, they don't have any standard. When you were at the initial startup level, it is ad hoc. You are doing randomly just to, because Windows was their first commercial successful GUI. Before that, they have DOS. It's called MS-DOS, command line. And MS-DOS they purchased from some other company. So at the beginning, they don't have any proper software company. There are few people, few friends were there, Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer, and there are some more. And it was ad hoc. You don't have any standards. When you established as a proper software company, you register it and you have the proper team members, then you start practicing. And then it's tailored. It's keep on improving. You don't begin even with the standard. Standard is just to give you an idea. For example, something is good in XP, you will take it. Something is good in Scrum, you will take it. Because your objective is not to apply exactly XP and Scrum. Your objective is to develop a successful product. For example, I am teaching you something from Pressman, something from Somerville, something from, for example, Shelley Cashman, for example, Hoffer, from different sources. But I have hybrid concepts to teach you the course. If you find exactly in any book, you will not find. You will find topics, but the explanation will not be there. What I am teaching you, it's my own explanation, which I extracted, collected from different sources, and I am delivering you. So it's not standard what I am covering from any specific book. Same, not our objective is not to apply exactly the standard methodology. Our objective is to develop a successful lecture or successful product. The student can understand and customer can be happy. In case of software, my objective is to cover the topics, but what explanation I give, it's up to me. What slides I use, it's up to me. At least topics should be the same. All topics should be covered. Outline, topics, goals should be covered. From which book I use, which slide I use, it's up to me. But content should be the same. Same requirements should be fulfilled. How we do, It's up to the project manager. Because stakeholder doesn't matter. It's not his problem what methodology you use, how much standard methodology you apply. He needs successful product. So customer must be satisfied, customer must be happy to have business. You apply standard, like I remember one software company, it's Denmark based company, and they have office in Denmark, half team in Denmark, half team in Bangladesh. And they were applying quality standard. Its name is CMM. I will cover later on. CMM. Like Abbott, we have CMM. Abbott is for educational standard and this for software capability maturity model. And we have ISO. So ISO is the prerequisite and then you start the CMM. CMM has 5 levels. Level 1 to level 5. If you achieve ISO, you are at level 1 and then you start level 2. This software company was at level 3. And this CMM has lot of checks. We call them KPA, key process areas. And you achieve them through KPI, key performance indicators. While applying the standard, they were involved in documentation so much that the delivery was late because they engaged themselves too much in documentation to apply the standard to achieve the level, and they forget about the actual business. Why they are applying this? To have quality product, quality software, but software was not delivered. What you will do with this documentation? So they stop level 3 documentation and they focus on the software development and they successfully deliver. So they freeze level 3. They achieve up to level 2 and then they freeze it because they were suffering. The objective is not just to apply the standard. Objective is that how much you have successful product. If you involve only, this is the bookish methodology, I need to follow the standard one, and your software is not successful, what is the benefit? So this is the day one I told you, you will not find standard methodology in any software company, you will find customized methodologies because each person has his own experience.
Doctor, does the customer cares about these standards?
Yes, some customers care, but how much you have mature people which are so smart to deal with the software as well as with the standard, tactical. Because if you are not smart, you will involve too much in documentation and you will forget about the actual business. Like you start delivering one topic so much detail that you forget the other topics because you know that area, so you start explaining that and you miss the rest of the content, and then you just like a flash, like a sprint, you finish that without covering that content in the detail that should be covered. So same, you should not compromise in documentation processes because your actual business is the software, and customer is not interested that which methodology you have applied successfully, how much. He is interested that software meets his requirements, function according to the requirements or not. You understand?
So he cares about that, how to find out.
Yeah, of course, for which he is paying.
Yes.
Because if he will force you to use standard methodology and software will be failed, what is the benefit to him? Nothing. Like my chairman forced me to use some specific book, some specific slide, and course is not covered as it should be. What is the benefit? Student did not understand. So he will not force me to use some specific slide. He will force me to have standard content. From which source, from which reference, which slide you use, it's up to you. As far as students should understand. it should be clear to the students. You understand? So inception cycle, elaboration cycle, transition cycle, construction and deployment. So here, if you miss something at the planning level, you go back, you can communicate with the customer, so you can have the cycle to make your plan better. The modeling, analysis and design, if analysis you feel some requirements are not considered during planning, you can go back and you can change your analysis, change your plan, then design, then coding, testing, maintenance, and testing up to alpha, here beta, and there is a cycle here, alpha beta. If customer approves alpha beta, and then you release the final version, then next release, second, third, fourth. This is the slice of RUP. So you have inception, elaboration, construction, transition, and these are the activities you are applying during that. So this is initial, elaboration 1, for release 1, release 2, elaboration 2, construction 1, construction 2, transition 1, transition 2, and so on. So this is static and this is dynamic. You must need to apply it. So horizontal dimension represents the dynamic, whereas the vertical dimension represents the static aspect of the system, as I just discussed. And this is changing because from release to lease. So horizontal is dynamic and the vertical is static. Let's go to the what are the advantages of RUP model. Any advantage of RUP? It is the first methodology for successful methodology for object-oriented. So you have UML first time introduced as a part of methodology. UML. So first time UML modeling is used as a part of methodology, use case, class, sequence, state, activity diagrams. And first time during a release you can go back during a release, not the next release. Within one release you can go back. So you have verification cycle here, second verification cycle here, third verification cycle here. So high quality software and best suitable for medium to large projects. As I told you before, Agile RUP was the most widely used methodology. Customized, not the standard one. Because standard is saying apply all UML modeling, use case, class, sequence, activity, deployment, transition, state, activity, simulate, package.
But, before the RUP, there was not the UML diagrams, or
no. So it was the first successful object-oriented methodology.
Then how can they
Structured data flow diagrams.
they just use data flow?
Because that time structured methodologies were there, structured tools were there. Object-oriented tools were not there. Java was there, but Java was not used for commercial systems. Java was used for embedded systems.
So they used it in the 90s?
Yes, this is the early 2000 when RUP start getting popularity and object-oriented tools start getting popularity. Before that, we have C, C++, COBOL, Pascal, Fortran, Visual Basic, such tools were there, ASP, such tools were there. So object-oriented methodology was there and then object-oriented tools start getting popularity. And then all software companies switch to object-oriented, except which are already using structured. And for new projects, they switch to object-oriented. But the previous software they already developed in structured. So new modules in object-oriented and previous modules in structured, because they already have developed them. They can't reinvent the wheel, again develop them from scratch, which they already developed in ASP or Visual Basic or COBOL or Pascal.
So before the RUP, Java was not.
Java was there, but Java was not used for commercial systems. Java was getting popularity for networks, embedded systems, protocols.
When the web first started.
Then
When web was not there, it was not used for web applications. It was not used for commercial applications.
I mean, but after the RUP,
Yeah.
they used the
Then Java start getting popularity and it becomes popular programming language.
I mean the objects, or they changed the language, or the
No,
language?
no, no. So it's same Java, but previously people were not aware that this is also the strength of Java. And once the people know that how much it is beneficial, then they switch to Java. But the problem is Java is hard. You will find limited programmers, very few programmers. But for .NET or Microsoft tools, you will find a lot of programmers. Easy to hire. Java programmer is difficult to find and hire.
Like Python now.
Yeah, like Python. There are few programmers. Few
So-
experts are there. You will find people with little knowledge, basics, but not specialized.
So is it good to be a Java programmer, or you will
Yeah,
not find?
why not?
I mean, like if you become like a Java
Java,
specialist.
Java, now, you have front end. This is the trend in software companies. You have the front end in .NET, C#, ASP.NET, VB.NET, and the middle business logic in Java, and the back end and Academy and database. This is the trend. So business, because of the security, this Java is there. Because Java has a sandbox model for its security. It is difficult to crack, difficult to hack as compared to .NET.
So doctor, after the like the RUP and the Agile, this the structured.
We have waterfall, prototype, RAD, spiral. These methodologies were used.
I mean the structured
Structured
programming
tool.
language.
Yeah, structured
They still
programming.
use till
Yes.
now.
For embedded system, you are still using C. Assembly and C both are used because they have best compatibility with the machine. For like car dashboard displays, for auto car systems, C and assembly are there. Assembly is a low level language. But C is also used in many software companies which are dealing in embedded software. So C is still there. It's not obsolete. If waterfall is not obsolete, how come C? It is still used for companies which are dealing in embedded software because machine compatibility. You have very strong documentation, the use case, class, sequence to show the different architectural aspects of the system. Use case and class for static. Sequence for collaboration, for dynamic. So you can show dynamic architecture, you can show the static architecture of the system, static aspects of the system, dynamic aspect of the system. And it's incremental. So all the advantages of incremental methodologies like complete software, user environment, because you are using prototype also. You know, prototype is technique now, modern techniques I taught you. We have traditional techniques, we have modern. Interview, questionnaire, group interview, observation, study system document, these are the traditional. Prototype, JAD, GSS are the modern requirement gathering technique. So prototype is used as a technique now, not as a methodology. So you use prototypes throughout, even at analysis level and even at the design level, to verify, to validate the requirements. And you have complete software with evolutionary approach, incremental approach, and more you cover complete requirements of the customer as well. Because you are showing him prototype again and again to have exact requirements what customer wants. So all advantages of spiral incremental methodology is also incorporated. High quality software, strong documentation, easy to update, easy to upgrade, easy to maintain, easy to re-engineer. So all the advantages of spiral model is there, strong documentation, high quality software. Disadvantages. it's not suitable for small projects because time consuming, cost consuming. It's not suitable. Any other disadvantage?
I was about to say this.
But now he already said. So something else? Something new?
Maybe like the شو اسمه what it's called?
It's not suitable for safety critical projects. It's not suitable for safety critical projects because you are changing the requirements. You are not freezing the requirements. So waterfall is the most suitable choice. Again, go back. The waterfall, you can freeze the requirement.
Like with the pandemic.
Yeah. For AI software, artificial intelligence, expert systems, it's not suitable. So that time, for that case, you have waterfall. Too much documentation, time consuming, cost consuming, not suitable for small, even sometimes for medium, not suitable for safety critical projects. Yes, one thing I see. No reference for reusability. How to reuse the classes, it's not there in the methodology. How to reuse. In the next project, how to reuse the previous code. It's up to the project manager skill. How he reuse. And as in the object-oriented methodology, there is no reference to reuse. Where to reuse? Where to reuse? It's not mentioned as a part of methodology. So these are few disadvantages of RUP methodology.
Doctor,
Yes.
isn't there, like they said, that there is too much documentation?
Yeah. Use case, class, sequence, state, activity, collaboration, swim lane transition, component diagram, deployment diagram, package diagram. You will die while doing so much documentation. Yeah. Because your objective is to develop software, not to documentation, play documentation.
Then why it's hard for the
Yeah.
manager to...
So software company doesn't apply R. As I told you, they may use like what I have experience of 100+ software companies. Some software companies are only using use case. Some companies are using use case and class. Some companies are using only sequence diagram. Because they are enough experts specialized in their field. But whatever the diagram you use, it should be comprehensive and complete. So when you give it to the programmer doesn't need to ask any question to you for the explanation, to explain me, because it will waste time. Like for use case, one of the software companies, its name is Descant Infosys. Descant Infosys. Descant Infosys has a project in America for a company www.realestate.com, and project name was great because it was ERP system, and this company is operating in 50 states of USA. ERP, customized ERP. I have seen 2 pages of use case description for each use case. Each use case, 2 pages of use case description. It is so complete. What are the actors going to interact? What are their roles? What are inputs? What are outputs? What are the functions? So you don't need as a programmer to ask anything, everything is there. And on the top of that, with interface. With interface, approved interface from the customer that you evaluate from prototype. So after that, what else? You need to code. You don't need to ask anything to the project manager or your team lead. What I do now? What are the related classes? What are the functions? What are the inputs? What are the outputs? Who are the users? Everything is there. So 2 pages of use case description for each use case. No class diagram, no sequence diagram, no other diagram. Only use case and use case description. So use case diagram at the front and then use case description for each use case. 2 pages of use case description for each use case on the average.
It's complete.
Complete, comprehensive in all aspects. So customized, again customized.
So doctor,
Yeah.
why it's hard to reuse if it's very complete and there is a description
Because
for everything?
for the next project, which code you will reuse, which component you will reuse, which class you will reuse, which will not, and as methodology, where you are going to reuse, how to select the previous code. As a part of methodology, it's not provided, no explanation is there, no reference is there. That you should reuse at analysis level, at design level, at planning level, where? And do you have any repository, any software configuration management tool in parallel to that from where you can select? That means you should have a separate software where you have the reference for the previous code from where you select that these classes match with the new requirements or not. How many match? So at what level as a part of methodology you will select? It's not given.
But isn't that for all the mythologies or?
Because this is the first objective methodology. After that, there are some methodologies where they have reference that at the analysis level you have to select, or at the design level you have to select, and there is a repository from where you will select software configuration management tool to select. But as I told you, it was the first successful object-oriented methodology, so it was not covered there. So this is one of the limitations. We are covering the limitations, constraints of RMP. After that, we have agile methodologies. The background of agile methodologies was 9/11, when 2 planes hit the World Trade Center and there was a threat of Third World War, and President of America said that it's going to be a war between Christianity and Islam and blah blah blah. So the investors stopped funding the projects because there was a threat that there is going to war. Who will use the software engine? If no company will be there, like many banks closed during the 9/11, many companies closed during the 9/11. So the projects which were in the development stage, they were freezed. Investors stopped funding the projects. So software companies start closing. And there was a panic, stress in the market, like after the corona. It was a disastrous situation. How to survive? How to survive the software as a software company? So top gurus in the software field, they sat together and they established an alliance. It's called Agile Alliance. .org. Few names I remember. For example, Mike Cohen, then Alistair Cockburn, then Jim Highsmith, then Ken Beck, so Schwaber. These are top gurus. So they sat together and they made an alliance, agilealliance.org, that how to survive, how to attract the customers, that they will be ready to spend some money. So they had an idea to have small projects. Small 2-month, 3-month project. So customer will be ready to spend for 2 months, 3 months. Not large projects, because situation of 9/11. So they introduced some guidelines, some principles, and they call it that this is like framework of Agile. For example, before I go to that, first we should know what is agility. Before I will discuss those guidelines and principles, what is agility? In software, what is agility? because we are talking about software engineering. What the Agile Alliance, they have taken agility, respond to changes quickly and efficiently. Adapt quickly and efficiently without compromising the quality of software. Without compromising the quality of software. Respond to the changes. What are the changes on which customer provide you the changes on which as a team you have to react quickly? Requirements. If customer change the requirement, say yes. Don't take too much time to say yes. Okay, we'll see in the next release or next to next release, like delaying tactics. Say yes. Even during the release, if you change the requirement, don't say, let me complete the release, in the next release I will see. Say yes during the release. But you may ask him that previously I was taking this money because now you change the requirement, so this is the new money. This is the new cost. This was the previous cost because now you change the requirement. This is a new cost, this is a new time. Like previously you were delivering in 2 weeks. Now you will ask him, instead of 2 weeks, I will take 3 weeks. And this will be the new cost. Customer is happy and you are happy. Because you are doing for money to survive. Because no money to pay salary, rent, electricity bill, line, mobile or landline, pantry expenses, computers, servers, tables, furniture. How to survive as a company? Because there are so many expenses. So you need money. You are in the need of money. So if customer is asking to change the requirements, okay, no problem. Budget. If you are lacking short of budget, react quickly. For example, you have planned for 2 weeks, the release is taking 3 weeks. So first release 3 weeks, second release 3 weeks. That means you are 2 weeks in short of your schedule. You are in short of money as well, because in that 2 weeks you have to take money from the customer for the next release. But instead of 3 releases, you deliver 2 releases. So you have spent money for 2 extra weeks. So now the third week, try to deliver in 1.5 weeks to cover the cost. And fourth release also in 1.5 weeks to reduce the gap. So budget, schedule, you change. Resources, team member left. Team member left. Resources, team is also your resources. Now you should have that existing team can manage the gap of that missing person. Instead you start hiring a new person, because hiring will take time and you don't have time. It's 2 to 3 months you have to deliver. Like Choreo.com, they deliver in 1 week. Every week they deliver 1 release. So do you have time for hiring? No.
One person can.
So one person will do the job of 2 persons. Like programmer can act as a tester, tester can act as a database designer, database designer can act as configuration manager, something like that. Within the team you manage. Technology. If new technology is introduced in the market, don't wait for the customer that he will ask you to switch. You start learning new technology. As customer will ask you, you are already ready for that. Don't wait for the customer that he will push you, force you to switch. As new technology is introduced in the market, you ask your team members to start learning. And as customer will say, you are already well trained of that to switch. Like case of this Descom, I just gave example. Descom, Infosys. This client in America, they asked them to use a new tool. Its name is Java Versata. And Java Versata, I'm talking about 2007, 2008. And project manager name was Howard. Now in USA, Howard called me early morning 7 a.m. because that time I was doing PhD, so I was going to different software companies to gather the information. So I was in contact with my students and people who are already working in different software companies. So Howard called me early morning 7 a.m. Do you know any software company which is using Java Versata? And I first time heard this. I said, what? He said, Java Versata. Versata. He said, what Versata? I said, sorry. He said, can you check for me any software company in our locality which is using Java Versata? So I called my students, whole day, different students. They also surprised. What? Like me. What? What tool? Java Versata. So they also heard first time. Now, you cannot ask the customer that we don't know this tool. He was asking, Java Versata is a business logic suite. And it's maybe one of the assignment topic of 251. I sent you the assignment topics.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe it's one of the assignment. So it's a business logic suite. So customers are asking them to change from C#, business logic from C# to Java Versata. So they checked in the locality, no company was using, so they outsourced from America because they have office in America as well, half team in USA. So they checked there, they find one company, they outsource it. They found it. And they didn't show to the customer that we outsource it. Meanwhile, and they were using .NET, C# and Microsoft SQL Server for the backend. They don't have Java programmer. The company doesn't have single Java programmer. So they hire Java programmer and they start training of those programmers for Java Versata. And couple of months, they were comfortable with Java Versata. So they moved from outsourcing to in-house because a lot of money was going. It was leakage of money because you are paying so much money to the outsourcing company. Because you are a customer for that company. You become customer as a software company, you become customer. So as new technology is introduced, switch to new technology before customer force you to switch. So that's the change on which you have to react quickly.
It's a very stressful for the company.
Yes, as a software company or as a business, not only software, any business, there is always stress, there is always pressure. It's not easy to run a software company or any business. There is always stress, pressure is there because you have to be in profit and you have to expand your business. That is the reason the top companies, Microsoft, Google, HP, IBM, they don't move their business from at top level to their children. They pick best of the best guys from their company and they ask those guys to become chief executives like Google, like Microsoft. Bill Gates has his own son. He can ask his son to become the chief executive. Did he ask his son? Okay, because you are my son, okay, you become the chief executive. No. This is the trend in our culture, in Pakistan, in Saudi Arabia, that whatever our children, they are fool, they are majnoor, you will ask him, you will become the next boss because you are my son. But this is not their concept. They say, no, if you are capable, you can become billionaire by yourself, not because of me, because you are my son. This is not the qualification that you are my son, so you will become the chief executive. The best of the best guy from the team, from the company which is beneficial for the company, like Microsoft, like Google, like HP, like all top companies. they never switch to their children. Because they know, otherwise company will start going in loss, will become Titanic. Because of incapable person. If your children, your son is incapable, how he will run a successful company? Because it is the only skill that he is your son. Only qualification he has. This is not qualification. So, fair. If you are deserving guy, you are the best person, you are the capable person, okay, you will become the chief executive. You will run the company successfully. And the guy, Google, Sundar Pichai, as he became the chief executive, Google has more business, more profitable. Same Microsoft is more profitable after the Indian guy has taken over. Because he is capable. He is competent enough to run the company successfully. Yes.
Do companies pay developers that use Agile more than
Agile is the most widely used methodology now.
But do they pay them more salary than usual?
Because Agile culture is there. You are delivering early, you are getting payment early. So of course, as you are more profitable, as more benefit to the employees.
So they pay them more.
Because of those people, you are successful. Like I know one software company in Pakistan, the best programmer of the month. Like all multinational companies, Nestle, Unilever, they have this culture. If you are the best member of the team, star of the college, star of the team, there is extra salaries, extra benefit. So there is a competition, healthy competition culture is there. If you are the best programmer of the month, next month he say, why not I will become the next best programmer, I will be the best team member. In 1 month you are the best, then he will say, why not I will become the best.
They make the job more fun.
Yes. If you don't feel fun in your job, then you cannot survive in software company. It should be your passion, it should be your love. Like I love my students. I feel this is the best time when I am with my students. And for me, this is my world. I don't have mobile phone in my pocket. I don't bring. Whoever called me, it is in my office always. I'm bringing this lecture just to record. Otherwise, I don't bring my mobile in any classroom. So nobody can disturb me. I can be fully involved with my students. So we have another world of this subject we are covering. So I can enjoy it and you can enjoy it. And I love to interact. So they should be with me. The programmer or the team member like Google. I gave example last lecture. You have swimming pool. You have saloon. You have 24 hours cafeteria open. Anytime you can take any food free of cost. Free of cost. Bicycle to go from one department to another department. Saloon, washing machine, iron to iron your clothes. Whatever you are. There is a relaxation room. Bed is there. Go take rest. So you feel like home. You don't need to go home.
Healthy environment.
Healthy environment. And if you bring new idea, you will be the champion of that project. If this is your idea and you are young in the team, new in the team, and you are experienced member like 5 years, 6 years, because he introduced this idea, and if this idea is accepted, he will become the champion of that idea. He will become your lead for that project. And nobody cares that I'm senior, he is junior. Why I work under him? Because it is his idea. Google Chief Executive Sundar Pichai was new in his team. But his colleagues, which were already working there, when he discussed his ideas with them, they helped him to refine his idea to make a profitable idea product for the business and then he became the leader of that idea, and then he leads the team for those projects. And that is the reason, as you can see, within few years he was on the top, and then he became the executive. This Chrome was his idea, Toolbar was his idea, and there are so many ideas. Google Toolbar, Google Chrome, that was Sundar Pichai's idea. But his colleagues helped him to refine his ideas. His weird ideas, rough ideas, they tuned those ideas to make a profitable product. But they did not say, we help you, so we will become the leader of this project. We will become the champion of this project. No. Because he introduced or you introduced, so you will become the leader. Nobody cares, it doesn't matter. Because this is his idea. So he should take the credit. Why I should take the credit? If it is his idea, he should take. What senior, junior? In the knowledge, no senior, junior. Knowledge is knowledge. Who cares who introduced this knowledge, this idea? It should be worthwhile. Doesn't matter junior introduced or senior introduced.
We're not in school to care about this.
Yes, school is different. Software companies are different, their culture is different. And you should have love. You should enjoy your working environment, otherwise you cannot be productive for the company. If you work under stress, pressure, you will not be productive for the company. If you think about just doing your job to kill the time, to complete the time, okay, 2 o'clock, masalam, or 4 o'clock, 8 to 4, okay, time is up, okay, thank you, I'm leaving. This is not the style. You came, for example, time is fixed like 8 or 9. Then you leave once your job is done. And nobody is forcing you to sit there, but because you have to complete this task, you are doing business with nature. It's business with nature. Because for 8 hours you are paid. This extra time you are spending, it's a business with the nature. And once you invest in the business with the nature, nature will give you 1 raised power 10. So you spend 1, nature will give you 10. 1 real, 10 real. You spend 10, 100 will come. This is the nature, rule of nature. The rule of business is the nature. So they love and then they grow. Otherwise, many people came and many people left because they don't enjoy that environment.
There is not an environment like that in Saudi Arabia, I don't think so.
You can't say, maybe Aramco, multinational companies, Al-Bahrain, they have such culture. If you talk about low-level companies, you will not find. Even maybe in America, you will not find low-level companies, such environments. Top-level companies, because low-level companies, there are so many companies, they started and then they closed. But the companies who grow, they have this culture. They understand the importance of this culture and they survive and they are successful. They become the leaders in the market, like Samsung. Samsung came and captured the market. It's not an American company, but it survived successfully because of the healthy culture in the company. NetSol is not an American company, it's a Pakistani company, but its business, its software is working throughout the world because they have this culture, healthy culture. These are the 4 values of Agile Manifesto, which is designed by the gurus Mike Cohen, Alistair Cockburn, Jim Highsmith, Ken Schwaber, Ken Beck. There are 4 values of Agile. Individuals and interactions prefer individuals. Individual means people, team members, individuals. And interaction, like I interact in my lecture. I love to interact. Discussion. A healthy discussion. I can learn from you, you can learn from me. Not one-way traffic. over methodologies, processes and tools. Like we're just talking about documentation or standard methodologies or standard tools. Prefer them. Individuals, the team members, the people. People are the key part, key component to make a project software successful or fail. Like students, if they are not interested, how can I force them to learn? How I can force them to interact in my lecture? Like this student last lecture, he did not speak even a single word throughout the lecture. I asked so many questions, he never responded. Can I force him? No. Same, individual interaction. Ask your team members to be interactive. That means only involve those team members who have this attitude. Who has this attitude to interact with other team members. The person who is not interactive, don't involve him. As in agile team. As in agile team. So as a part of agile culture, it's a culture. You should not involve such persons who are not interactive, who doesn't want to be interactive. Individual interactions over methodology, always prefer over methodologies and tools. Working software over comprehensive documentation. Like I told you, the Denmark-based company which were implementing CMM, they were preferring documentation, so they lost their actual goal. So delivery was late. They stopped the documentation and delivery was successful. So working software, because this is your actual business, over comprehensive documentation. Like I told you, don't go for RUP or UML, so many diagrams, use case, class, sequence, state, activity. Pick one or two, but should be complete and comprehensive. Instead of covering so many diagrams, documentation. Instead of working software. So your focus is on working software and less on documentation. More on the working software, less on documentation.
Doctor, are there like specific standards for the agile?
These are the rules, these are the principles. If you follow them, you are implementing agile. If you are not following them, you are not agile.
Yeah, I mean, like in the ISO, there is like standards they want to.
There are classes. Here are principles, values. What I am discussing, these are the values. There are principles.
I mean, because there is no documentation, so
there is documentation, but they are not saying don't do documentation. Do, but necessarily.
Focus on working software.
Focus more on working software. You need some documentation to update, to upgrade, and to sometimes customer asks you to deliver. And you should have some architecture on the base of that you can code. But don't focus too much, don't involve too much. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation, that I will charge you this money, I will take so much time. After negotiation, collaborate with him, because money will come automatically. Because agile style is that after every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you will deliver one release, money will come. Every 2 to 3 weeks, money will come. Choreo, every week money is coming. Then maintenance contract, you will do the maintenance, of course. Backup charges, security charges, because there is a new term, it's called ASP. Agile has loved this idea of application. It's not active server page, Microsoft language, internet language. Application service provider. So you are the software company who is developing, who is hosting, who is doing the backup.
So it's a complete package.
Yes. Who is maintaining? So development charges, maintenance charges, hosting charges, backup charges, security charges. Money will come. Don't do gir too much to negotiate. I will take this money, Because you need money to survive. So once you have contract, automatically development charges, hosting charges, maintenance charges, backup charges, security charges will come. It will come. Like I told you, doing business with the nature, it will come. 10 times will come. Or maybe more than that. Depend upon how much extra time you spend. Respond to change over forming a plan, like plan-driven methodology, waterfall, spiral, RAD, prototype, incremental, change. Don't focus that I need to apply this methodology, this documentation, this plan. Change yourself as per the requirements, as per the budget, as per the schedule, as per the resources, as per the technology. Respond to change. Keep on changing. Adapt, 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 adapt. And don't worry about your plan. Because if you are adaptable, automatically you will get the success. Adjust, you are doing adjustment and tune according to the situation, so success will come. Because you are adapting yourself according to the situation. Customer will be happy and you will be happy, because customer is happy means money will come. So these are the 4 values of Agile, and you have to consider them while selecting the team. While selecting the team, while selecting the methodology, while selecting the practices, techniques.
There is no like a diagram for Agile, or?
There is. We have XP. I did not start with methodology. We have Scrum, we have Crystal. Agile is a family of methodologies. It's a group of methodologies. So Agile is another, we call it modern methodologies. It is another paradigm. So we have structured methodologies, or we have traditional methodologies, we call them traditional plan-driven methodologies. I told you the types: waterfall, prototype, spiral, RAD, RUP, incremental. They all are traditional plan-driven. There is plan. Even it's object-oriented, but it's plan. Here, change, change, change. So there are group of methodology, but this is before you discuss the methodology, you must know what are the principles, how to select the team, what are the values. Any other question?
The diagrams are also customized?
Yes. I told you, use case, minimum, class or sequence, 1 or 2 diagram. For database, minimum documentation. For front end, minimum documentation. Working software or detailed documentation. Because we are talking about a couple of months project, 2 months, 3 months project, like websites of the company, advertisements of the products, such things. We are not talking about medium projects, we are not talking about large projects. Because it was 9/11 situation and you need to survive. So that was the plan at that time. Then there is customization now. People are using Agile with RUP. So XP and RUP hybrid, XP and Scrum hybrid, XP and Spiral hybrid, or like MSF. It is also using Agile methodology, XP methodology, Scrum. Yahoo is also using, Microsoft, Yahoo, Google, HP, IBM, they all are using. Because of the advantages of Agile techniques, Agile practices. So there are methodologies, there are documentation, but it will come. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. May Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum.